But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is The Candy Shop. I'm going to give the ladies a chance to introduce themselves, starting with the lady to my right, I guess.
I'm Hannah. Good to be back again. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome. Next, I guess, Keita.
Yes, hello guys. I'm Shakita. Ready to get into some mess tonight.
And hey, everybody, I'm Siobhan. Glad to be back.
Oh, hey, y'all. No.
Hey, Bert.
Hey.
As y'all can see, we're already on one.
I was about to say, I think I'm feeling it too quick. I kept saying it was too light.
Hey, Keisha, what up, fam? So, yes, I like when Keisha watches because she's hilarious, too. I'm going to have you on one day, Keisha. So, let's get into
it. With the bright light, like I'm here.
Yes.
I'm all here.
Let there be light. Let there be light.
All right. So today's show is about relationships. This topic was given to me by Bree from last week. I forgot to tell her about the show. I don't know if she was ready to come on or not, but we'll have her on in the future. So we're going to talk about relationships. First of all, I want to say, are you guys comfortable with saying your relationship status first before I ask it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start first. I am married. I've been married 7 years, with my husband 8 years. And then whoever wants to say their status next.
I'm engaged and getting married next July.
Oh, congratulations. I am in a relationship with my son's father. We've been together for about 8 years now.
And I am representing all my single ladies. Hey.
So sis,
Hey.
So yes, I wanted to state that first because you're going to hear different people's all of our perspectives on it, and we're all actually different. So what should I start with? I'll start with an easy question. What is dating like now? And I ask this now because it's been a minute since I've been out the game. I'll say when I was dating back then, I hated it. Majority of my life, I've always been in a serious relationship. When I divorced my husband, I was single. We divorced 2012. I was married 2014. Met Kennard 2013. So I was single just for a year. I dated, and it was straight up assholes. Like I didn't think I was gonna get married again. So anybody can go and tell me what it's like now today.
Well, I know what it's like now. I don't know about the ladies who got.
I'm not sure, Candace. I don't know.
It's a lot out here. It's a lot. Like it's a lot. Now I will tell you, it is fun. It's enjoyable. It's fun, especially if you're, a woman who knows her worth and you're out here dating and you have standards and might even be, hypergamy minded. It can be very fun. But at the same time, there are all types of traps and snares out here, and it ain't for the faint of heart. It's not for the faint of heart, meaning like you got to be on your A game out here dating, because you have to know, what red flags to recognize. You have to, you got to be able to recognize if a man might be married and is lying, if he might be on the down low and is hiding it, if he might be bipolar or a narcissist. You got to be on it. You got to recognize the signs of that.
Question. So there are still men on the down low, even though now it's acceptable to be like a gay man. Is men still being on the down low? That's what you're telling me?
I would have to say yes, because there was this girl on TikTok who she said that she found some nude male pictures in her boyfriend's phone, and she asked about him, and he said it ain't none of her business, and he ain't got to tell her nothing about it.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
So we both are fucking dick, and I can't know.
Right.
That's a question. Like, have y'all noticed? I'm gonna say in dating now, have y'all noticed that younger women are okay with dating men that date other men? You know, I'm in my mid 30s,
We
so
all are. Well, I am. I
back
don't know
when
about
back when
y'all.
I was dating though,
Early
that
say.
it was taboo. It was taboo to stay with a man that did that. But have y'all noticed there are women that are staying with these men now, and they call it being sexually fluid, because the women mess with women too. So
I need one thing in my
There
life.
are some.
not to offend that community, but
Right.
I'm
Right. We
trying to
don't
think.
want to.
We finna
Yeah.
go there. We finna go
I'll
there.
say
Let's
this.
do it. Let's do it.
I'll
Oh
say this.
boy, I'm getting tipsy too.
If
Oh
you
boy.
like men and you like women, it's not a problem with that with me. Just be on the up and be honest with it. Like if that's your preference, don't choose for me. Let me choose if
There
I
you
want to
go.
deal with it or not. Now me, I'm being personal. I'm not dealing with. We both not out here liking dick. Point blank. Period. Absolutely not. And I'm not doing no women ever. Never in my life will I, and I won't. But if that's what you like and that's your thing, then just be honest because that's very deceitful. If I come across one day and we both out and what if we had the same guy? Like, come on. Like, I just feel like if that's your thing, just be honest because a lot of people do think if you're cheating with the same sex, it's not cheating, but it's still cheating. It does not matter if it's the same sex or the opposite sex. At that point, you're just being deceitful. So if you want to roll that way, let me choose if I want to deal with it or not.
I
And
agree.
I hate to. Oh, I'm
No,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with you, Hannah. I feel like, whatever you choose to do is your preference, however you let your freak flag fly. But please give me the courtesy of deciding if I want to join in the festivities or excuse myself. But don't, like you said, don't decide for me though. So that's where I think the problem is. I mean, to each its own, whatever. Do you?
Siobhan.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Because listen, God bless the alphabet community. They know, we ain't. Hey, we don't mean no harm, but we are speaking the truth. Though we will do that, and I have just witnessed things, from the alphabet community where I just be like, "Ooh, child," because even when it comes to just like dating someone, I know I had an old coworker, he was a gay man, and now he does present himself as a woman at this point. And I remember him telling me, stories because we got all cool and everything, and he ended up telling me that he was real good friends with this girl, and I guess she didn't know, but he was sleeping with her husband on the down low, like on the back end. And I was just like, that's crazy. Now we got to be out here in competition with the trans people and all of that. Like, it's just like, ooh, it's a lot. But it's a lot. It'd be a lot of people, it's a lot of stuff go unsaid. But I just thought I'd throw that in there today. So the alphabet community, y'all are cool, but some of y'all be wilding. Some of y'all be wilding.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with y'all. It is for me though, because now I do. Here go my daughter trying to talk to. For me, I know I have nothing against sexually fluid people. It's a confusing thing because in today's society, it's very accepted. You just never know, and you don't want to offend anybody. So
Right.
I've come to today, even though it's not something I believe in, I've come to accept it. And so I can't necessarily say that I would just be so upset and want to fight this man if I found something out like that. I would just feel
Right.
like, here we go. Like, I guess I'm desensitized to it. And so I've
And you
had
still would be fighting a man. It is.
I've had gay men that have told me they are gay still hit on me as well. So that's why I'm like, it's like a real confusing time. So
Yeah.
I want to get to some of these comments. Keisha said there's some shady heifers, but these Negroes swinging it both ways are the culprits. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
and then how I don't know if y'all saw that big hit show on Netflix, dating show Love is Blind on last year, where the one black couple that got together, the guy ended up being gender fluid and saying that he was like, "Oh, I don't see gender, I just see hearts and all this. And so the girl, she was very sweet. The girl's name was Diamond. She was very sweet about it. And she reacted a way that any sane person will react. But on social media, you had, LGBTP, I lost all the letters. You had the alphabet community saying that she was homophobic and transphobic because she wouldn't date somebody that was gender fluid. And I'm like, just as much as it's your right to be who you want to be with your sexuality, it's just as my right to be not involve myself or only want to be with a certain sexual preference as well. So I don't like how they tried to come back and make her like she was the bad guy because she chose not to be with him at the end of the day.
You think they tried to make her the bad guy? I feel like he was the bad guy because he talked about her wig. He was like, "That's why your lace is showing and all." Like he flipped out on her.
He was definitely the bad guy.
He was definitely the bad guy.
Well, this was after he exposed himself and he went off on her. Like he called her a B. He went off on her and got really mad. And I would have told the producers, like, look, if you don't get out of my face, some bottles gonna get broken and he gonna get stabbed. This man, he was like real aggressive. He was very aggressive. Yes, and good evening, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
Keisha said, well, he shouldn't lie. That's some malarkey with his own. Hilarious. So dating now, though, I've just seen it where it seems like it's a lot of games. I know these younger people do a lot of texting. They texted back when I was dating too, but I guess it's way extreme now with the whole texting thing. Well, you know what? I'll go to the next thing. Did anybody else want to say anything on this topic about dating now?
I can't speak on it. I'm not out here dating.
How long?
But I will speak on this. My stepson, and he's in his 20s. He did explain that right now it's harder for him to date because a lot of the women nowadays aren't, women have changed. Like ladies aren't being ladies anymore. Everybody want to be a city girl. And if you're a gentleman, they don't respect that at this point, which is sad because I have a son that'll be dead. My son will be 15 this year. And I think about raising a man who I want to be a gentleman, but women out here nowadays aren't used to men being gentlemen. So I'm not dating, but when I hear like my stepson saying, or he'll say to him or his dad, things that's going on, it's really not easy out here. And a lot of women out here are saying, oh, it's not easy for me, it's not easy for me. But some of the men out here, it's really not easy for them either, listening to him. So I feel like if we had maybe kind of the slower paced generation or medium, things would be different to date. But if I would have to date now, I probably would just be a nun because I'm not going through it. I'm not going through any of it. I would be single or a nun or
celibacy and abstinence is rampant out here. Like a lot of us ladies are.
I was
definitely
a year, almost 2 years. I was celibate.
Yeah. It's because it's like, every now and again, I'll dip my little toe in the water and see what's going on. I'll peek my head out and be like, oh, y'all still crazy. So I'll come back out. Really? I'll be like, okay. Exactly. So no, definitely along the nun vibes, definitely both a friend and I have been abstinent for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we're good because we do have a mind to date more be hypergamous minded in our dating. So it's like it's more fun and beneficial in that regard because it's like, you are dating, a man of substance or of means or whatever, or even just a man who is doing good and is financially stable. He doesn't have to be a millionaire or anything, but it's like you put it where the man you give him that ability to chase and to show you and to prove, as opposed to you being out here giving up the goods and you really didn't know him that well and come to find out he bipolar or he got 5 kids or 4 baby mamas and, because you didn't vet him to begin with. So if you kind of hold off with the sex portion of it, the physical activity, these men, you end up finding all you need to know and be able to keep your heart from being broken. So it's something to being selective and abstinent and not just out here cocking it back at any given opportunity.
Yes, I agree, Siobhan. And hey, Bree.
Where you going on a date?
She's nothing better. Oh, that's good. You do you, girl. So Kitty said, you spoke truth, Hannah. Dating isn't a walk in the park for men either in these times. So I want to know, with dating now, do y'all find people, because of this Kevin Samuels, with that mindset now, with having all these so-called fake elevated standards and the foolishness that Kevin Samuels is spewing, do you find men spewing that now, or is that just something you see online? Anybody?
Well, I definitely. Oh, go ahead, Hannah.
I was supposed to say, I don't know, because I mean, when I was dating, when I did date, Philly men are ignorant. I'm just gonna go by that. I don't know what state y'all were in, but Philly men were ignorant. The circle I knew though, because I worked in downtown in corporate America, so I kind of met not the jerks, but just the whole approach was trifling. Like very trifling. So I'm not sure how it is now. I'm in North Carolina now. Kind of different, north and south, kind of a little different. I'm not dating here. I ain't dating here, but I don't know. Siobhan, let us know.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's an element to that. And luckily, I don't come across a lot of those men with that mentality. And I guess, I don't know, because it's almost kind of like, different energies, and you can, how you can kind of feel or read someone when you meet them. And I think a lot of guys, they might just admire my beauty, but they might be like, yeah, no, she ain't gonna be down with that. She ain't for that. Like, and I'm glad I get off that type of vibe. Like, because it's like, dealing with the men who feels that he is the prize and you should be trying to show him and prove to him what you can do for him and what you bring to the table. Like that whole mentality, that, Kevin Samuels and them, they are a part of that whole mindset. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's backwards, because obviously, men have value, obviously, like that's not even up for debate, but it's just like, definitely the woman is the prize. And until the egg starts chasing the sperm, I won't be changing the way I move out here.
So I'm going to give my answer. Yeah, I'm going to give my answer, because even though I'm married, that doesn't mean that stops men from talking to me. So
right.
And going out to, I go out to clubs still. And so recently I was in DC, went out with my best friend, and there's some men, we talked about it or whatever, because my best friend her husband had people out with us or whatever. So they started talking about Kevin Samuels. Half of the guys hadn't even heard of Kevin Samuels. And then when they heard his views, they were like, what? They were like, what man is going to turn down this and what man is going to turn down that? So I really think that it's like an online thing. They can get behind these computers and be as disrespectful as they can. But when you get a man in person, a man is going to be a man. And that's right. What it boils down to. So I just wanted to know, because, of course, men will still try to talk to me, but in truly dating, I wonder if they have some of those ideas in their mind. So I guess not as of right now, but I want to move on to the next topic. So I want to talk about the men that games play. So one of the ladies that is watching inspired this topic of relationships and talking about it. She was told, and this is not anything new, you can be dating somebody, it's going good, and then they be like, oh, I was just chilling, I'm not ready for a relationship. They do that either after you've had sex with them, or if you want to take the situation to the next level, they'll say, oh, I was just chilling, as they're talking to other women. And then they get upset with you for talking to other men while you're dating them. So let's talk about that.
I can't talk. So I was dating a guy and he wanted more than I wanted. And I kindly let him know, like, I thought, we were just casually dating, didn't know you wanted a relationship. I'm good. But the thing was, I told him that in the beginning, but it is men out here that do that. Like, I'm not dating, but I'm not gonna put one of my friends, because I don't want them, if they watch now, I want them to sound plenty business out here. But one of my friends have been with a guy for almost, and I would lie to you not, 15 years. They're still not in a relationship. Like, and they date other people, but if she dates someone else, he gets angry, like angry. If she dates someone else, if he dates someone else, she gets angry. And I'm like, at this point, y'all both playing games. Like, if y'all want to be together, at this point, just be together. But they feel as though we could be together without a title. I don't understand what that means. People with this whole, oh, we don't need a title as a connection. Okay, it's not a connection, it's a title. That's why a title is important. And a lot of people feel as though, oh, we can play these games and I don't need this and that. But men nowadays will be trying to lay with you, spend the night, let you meet mom, dad, kid, baby mom. And in the moment you want a commitment, they'll be like, oh, well, we not together. Well, what the heck was that? Because at this point, if I'm doing all this, if you want to casually date, then nobody should be meeting. You shouldn't be spending the night. You shouldn't be cuddling. It should be none of that. Like, we go on a date, we leave, you do it, boom, boom, bow, get the hell out. Point blank, period. But when you start trying to text every day and see each other every day and this and that, then of course you're gonna this is something more than just casual. So I do feel like a lot of men do play games. I don't understand it. Hopefully my son won't. I hope not. I can't say he won't though, because I can't predict it.
Anybody else? And hey, Brittany. Hey, Angel.
Hey, Brittany. I'm late.
They definitely be playing some games out here. That's why I said you gotta be quick on your toes. You gotta be quick on your toes out here, and then too, I feel like a lot of things will be solved. People's issues will be lessened if they just simply love themselves and had like real self-esteem and real self-love, because a lot of the games that people play, that men will play with you, a lot of them will prey upon women who are insecure or are really trying to seek validation. Because I know, I had a guy, I met him at a lounge, and then the next day he was all texting me talking about some, I miss you, and I'm like, you don't miss me, you don't nothing me. You know me for like 24 hours, and you mean to tell me you have emotions towards me? No, sir, you're not doing it. But if I was like somebody who, I felt like nobody ever, I didn't have no love and nobody, I'd be like, oh, for real? Or, oh, well, you can come on by or come over. You know what I mean? It's just like, so if you, a lot of this stuff, the games being played can be avoided if you have some real self-love, because when you truly love yourself, you're going to be protective of yourself. You're not going to just take whatever somebody throws at you. Some well-placed good morning beautifuls is not finna have you giving up the keys to the kingdom just for that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get caught up in that, because like my grandmother always said, pay attention to what a man does, not what he says. It's about the actions. So even if men are playing games, if you pay more attention to their actions, that would tell you everything you need to know. I know the words be so intoxicated, they sound so delicious, but pay attention to the actions.
Delicious. But Bree said, yeah, that's the point of dating. Both can go on dates. Just be honest about it. That reminds me of when I was in college. I dated a guy, and I liked him. He was a pre-med major. And when we were dating, he said we were pursuing the commitment versus just dating. He said we were pursuing the commitment. He said he did not want to see me dating anybody, but if I saw him out, don't say nothing. So long story short, he was going. I ended up meeting my baby daddy and having a baby with my baby daddy. But yeah, I just think I just think they do play a lot of games, and like Siobhan say, you definitely have to see it. But like back then, when I was younger and I was attractive, a skinny little cute thing, I played my game. So when they would call me, if I felt like you was playing me, the moment you call me, I would get on the phone like, "Oh hey, how you doing? Oh, let me hit you back. I got to take this call." I would
Yes.
or
Right.
or I was if they would call me, I would let it ring, and then I would call them right back. And one guy was like, "Why every time I call you, you got to call me right back? Like you don't pick up, you call me right back." I played those games, so
Yeah.
I learned a little lesson. And then I started ghosting, which we'll talk about that later. But Keita, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, that's hilarious that you would do that. That's funny. But I think for me, obviously I'm not dating, but listening to my friends who are dating, the thing that always resonates with me is like the game is so weak to, somebody with some sense, but they're only using it because it's working for someone. And that's really sad to me. And I think it just really waters down. I'm tipsy, sorry. It waters down the playing field when you have girls who will just go for anything, and now you're out here looking for a serious and committed relationship, and they're coming to you with this tomfoolery that works for other girls. And I'm Siobhan is one of my close friends, and I'm the way she carries herself in dating, I think she really should do a dating show. If more women carried themselves that way, they would have a lot less hurt feelings and wet asses at the end of the day. So
Yep. Yep. Dry pockets and
it's like you would do a lot better for yourself.
yeah.
So yeah, we definitely and need to do this again. I think dating books should come from a woman. Ladies, don't listen to Steve Harvey, Derek Jackson, Kevin Samuels, none of them. We need some women to write dating books because there are successful. It's two partners in a relationship, a man and a woman. So I'm not understanding why we take so much advice from men when we're women. We know us. So I want to go to. What'd you say?
I was gonna say one thing. I'm just gonna say this. Nobody yell at me. I know men do play games, but sometimes we see the signs before and ignore the hell out of them. Like the signs will be there, and we say, "Oh, he's playing games," but sometimes he's not playing games. He's letting you see, but you just want to have that man so bad that you put on the rose-colored glasses and don't realize what's really in front of you. Like he'll let you know, but you'll turn, oh, never mind, not me. And yeah, sometimes it's there and he's not playing, you're just not seeing it. Or you see it, but you're ignoring it.
Yeah, I don't know, can I say something to that? So I definitely agree with you, but it's like I agree with you. I 100%. But I feel like because naturally, like of course you have your outliers. You have and again, if I refer to anyone or any particular subset of people, it's all love at the end of the day. But you have like your ratchet people and you have all these different subsectors of people, and it's like all of them, all of us are out here in the dating world, and like you said, if we did have a certain standard, the majority of us, more of us have more standards than men would have to rise to the occasion, to treat us better and all of that, because people always say, oh, men only do what you let them get away with, or maybe even people in general, whatever. But women are naturally more caring and nurturing, so we do want to automatically please or to be appear to be agreeable and all these other things, and men can take advantage of that. Men can hang your ovaries over your head, because, and when I say hang your ovaries over your head, I mean like they know that women only have a certain amount of time to be fertile, and that all of us ultimately want children, family, men, and they'll take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Meaning like they'll be like I knew a guy who, he was like a club promoter, and he was just telling me some of the ways that he deals with women out here, and he was saying like he has a girl, he'll go over her house on Wednesdays and he'll be like, I want cheese eggs with cantaloupe on the side and some bacon, and he'll go over there, she'll have his food, they'll sleep together, and he'll be like, all right, I'll be back next Wednesday. And then she'll be like, oh, okay. Everybody, women can fall into that desperation trap because they'll just be like, okay, at least I have somebody, or maybe if I do this, he'll finally choose me or want to be with me. And it's like,
you don't think she got another man that come on the other days? Because I just
I know somebody else coming through.
Like I just
I hope so.
Just dealing with a guy on Wednesday. Maybe he lays the pipe good on Wednesday, but she got another man. Like she has to have a man.
She sound weak though, so I don't know. She sound weak to me.
That is so shocking to me because I'll say this, and I hate to say it, you do need to know your worth or whatever. But even like I've been played, but even when I was played, I was doing some playing myself. I've never been a woman that just have dated in the beginning one guy. My mother told me, date, have fun. You're young, date as many men as you can. Now, I wasn't sleeping with these men, but I weighed my options. And so that I guess that's what kept me grounded. And I could just easily walk away from people. Like if I felt you was doing something, oh, you wouldn't hear from me. You were ghosted. Like quickly, with the quickness. And I did play that game like when you text me, new phone, who this? Like,
I love it.
Yes. I'm missing the comments. Kitty said wet asses.
A special plate,
Exactly. So we're gonna go on. We can talk a little bit about ghosting. I don't know if people still do that now, but
absolutely,
they do it now.
Yeah. Ghosting is almost like the standard now. It's almost the gold standard. Like people automatically default to ghosting. Like everybody, nobody wants to have the uncomfortable conversations. Like, oh, well, maybe you're just not whatever the type of person, that's good for me at this time. Nobody wants to say anything. They'll just block and move on. That is definitely the name of the game out here. If things get a little shady between you and the person you may be dating.
Can I tell y'all a story?
Please
I
do.
ghosted somebody and I was at the gas station pumping my gas and he walked up and I knew I was ignoring him. I ghosted him and he was talking to me. I was like, I don't know you. He was like, we want a couple days. I was like, I think you had it wrong. I was like, maybe you dated my sister. He was like, you have a sister? I was like, yeah, I have a twin. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Meanwhile, it was me, but I didn't expect to see him because you know how you just don't expect to see somebody like out. I'm just pumping my gas. I'm like, oh crap. I'm just gonna walk into my pump. He finished pumping my gas and I let him, even though I lied to his whole face. But that's what ghosting kind of it kind of backfired, but it didn't because he still thought to this day, he probably think I still got a twin sister. But
not the hidden twin. I love it. That's hilarious.
I think I'm going to say that it depends on where you're from. So in Philly, men can get very rude and really nasty. And so sometimes you don't really want to say, I don't want to talk to you. I don't like you, whatever. So I feel like sometimes you have to ghost and just ignore and do you. And I don't see the problem of ghosting anyone. I mean, I can be wrong. No, I've never been ghosted. But I don't think that is a problem if you ghost anybody because sometimes you just don't want to hurt their feelings. Or sometimes they might really genuinely be a good person. They're just not compatible for you. And you don't want to hurt their feelings and let them know that, oh, I don't want to talk to you because you're not a good person or you're not this and that. And you don't want to ruin them for the next person. So I'm not saying ghosting is good, but sometimes you have to because what if you tell them, oh, no, I just didn't want to talk to you. I want to do this and that. And then the next person they're ruined for, when all in all, they're a good person. They're just not right for you.
No, I don't see nothing wrong with ghosting. And God, I have a similar story, but I told the guy, I don't want to talk to you when I ran into him again. It was the worst. He was the worst date I've ever had in my life. When I was living in Dallas, he took me to Jake's or whatever. And we started talking. He told me he was in the industry or something like that. He recently moved from LA, but he's still in the industry. and he is not dealing with anybody anymore, but there is a woman he deals with from time to time. So already I'm thinking, okay, here we go. And so he was like, what about you? I was like, well, I recently was dating someone, and I said it didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. I really liked him. He was like, oh, you must have been freaking him raw. I was like, what? Freaking him raw? Because I caught feelings I had to be banging him raw, whatever. So it was that. Then he was like, so let me just tell you something, little young thing, because he was a little older than me. He was like, what I'm looking for, I just want a friend. I want to be able to see you from time to time. I fly from LA. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay for my drink. And I'll see you later. And I ghosted him. I ran into him again at Walmart when I was getting the oil change. And he was like, don't I know you? And I was like, no, you don't know me. And he was like, we went on a date. What happened? He was like, and I said, I don't like you. You were very like arrogant and nasty. Just an asshole. Please don't. This is not happening. And so, Hannah, you're better than me because I told him the straight truth. It's not happening. If you call me again, I'm gonna have to go get a restraining order with the police.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a twin. I'm not about to do that back and forth. I have a twin. It's not me.
Oh, DJ said ghosting is in no way acceptable. You're not a good person if you do this, low. DJ,
I'm pretty sure DJ has ghosted.
DJ is the king of ghosting, I think.
DJ looks like you ghost a lot of people.
Yeah, because he's DJ. But,
I feel like
all right, DJ, you got a reputation that prestige you, brother.
So
that's why he put the LOL at the end, because he know he full of crap.
It must be date night at all y'all cribs. DJ, let me tell you the thing. They brought the women out. I brought the girls out. No.
Well, you told us it was ladies' night.
I don't have
that much girls, but I'm trying to, be in the mix.
I came with that little jig you just did, Candace. That was hilarious.
I'll be like this.
No, Hannah, you better let that body show.
Okay, look. Let the twins breathe.
But
Bree said, I can't. Breathing now.
Bree said, I can't ghost. I feel too bad. I just tell them straight up, you better than me, Bree. Because some of these Negroes, I'm sorry, I be ghosting back in the day, I did not have a problem because sometimes they deserved it. They were dating other people, so I didn't think it would be that detrimental to them. Like I felt like they would be good. They all right.
I'll be honest though, the guy I ghosted, it wasn't a bad date. It was just like, I don't know. Well, he wasn't, he was a white guy, and he just really, the way he made it seem as though I was like a possession or whatever. Like I was, how you just walk around like, oh, I have a black girl on my arm. So to me, I was very uncomfortable. And he wasn't he might not have meant it. I don't think he meant any harm. He wasn't, he was a judge. So I don't really feel as though he wasn't
a judge.
Yes, girl, whole Birkin.
Okay.
I'll do broke. But
I'll do broke.
But
I know that's right.
I just felt
Put it on a t-shirt.
I didn't want to be rude. He wasn't a bad guy. It was just that I didn't like the way he treated me, and that could have just been I was in my own BS at that point. Yeah, I was divorced at that time. You know how you just be in your own BS after you go through a certain amount of stuff. So I might have been in my own BS, but to me, he wasn't a bad guy. I just didn't feel as though, I just felt like he wanted me on his arm because of who I was, but not really who I am, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I was like, he's not a bad guy, but yeah, I got a twin. It wasn't me.
So Kendrick,
Kenny.
Kenny said sometimes ghosting is the only option. I try not to do that though. Hell, if I was dating today and then I was divorced, first of all, I would probably be the biggest, ever, because I'd be single. And yes, them people would be ghosted. It wouldn't be nothing as simple as ABC and 1, 2, 3. It would be.
And that's why with me, it's like, I don't know. I guess I kind of found a loophole for ghosting in a way. Oh, bye.
Enjoy your day.
Have a good day. Please, like, I hope he paying for the date, girl. Do not pay for that date.
He better pay for the day. All of the days.
Or something
No
good,
course
girl.
of not paying. That's all.
Right. You know, but yeah, I mean, sometimes ghosting, this is why I like to talk to guys, like really have like a, cool conversations like early on in the first couple of days, because a lot of times you'll find out compatibility, like that off top, like I like to I like get in their heads a little bit or let them talk. Us. A lot of times you just let people talk. They end up telling you everything you need to know, within the first good 1-2 conversations. So once I feel like if I ghost that early on, I'm like, okay, no harm, no foul. You ain't really had no feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you for less than a week. You couldn't have had no feelings like that. So, karma averted. But also too, like if I am like talking to somebody and it's been a few months or whatever, and let's say it's almost like I make sure that I'm not the one. That's another thing with letting a man pursue you, meaning like you're not doing the majority of the calling and the contacting. So that way I kind of buffer myself from ghosting, because I'm not the one doing all of the calling and contacting, no way. So if I'm letting him do the majority of the contacting and then he ends up wanting to ghost for whatever reason, I'm like, well, I still won because you did the last contact. Boom.
I still win.
I still win. I win.
Bangs everywhere.
Straight
Bangs was like, yes.
So, Keita, do you have any ghosting stories?
It's been a while since I've been dating. And,
whatever, DJ.
I definitely am part of the ghosting tribe. My block list is very long. I'm sure you can have a whole party in there. You just add it to the number, honestly.
Block party.
Block party. Yeah, block party is definitely lit. Yep. So I don't see any harm or foul in ghosting anyone. Actually, when I said, especially if it's like in the early stages of you dating, there's no real true feelings or connection. What do we have to discuss about not talking anymore? Let's just not talk.
Yeah. Now, have y'all ever been ghosted?
Hell no. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, y'all.
I do the ghosting.
I've been a part of mutual ghosting, if you will, where it's just like all communication just ceases between two parties. Like, it's just like, okay, nothing. And, like I told you, I don't be on that, where you at? You doing good? That is not your girl. That is not me. So if it just happens, it's just like a cease fire on both parties. Just like, okay, we moving on right along. So I guess some might say I have been, but I feel like they were mutual ghostings, because I do not try to call and find out what happened. No, because my number didn't change. You still know what it is, boo. So
well, that's not ghosting, because the phone worked both ways.
Exactly.
No, I've been ghosted, and I told the story time, but the guy was crazy. I would have actually ghosted him, but he ghosted me because I wouldn't let him come over to my place and bring me wings and do whatever he do. Oh yeah, we went out on a date to the club, and he was crazy. I told the story time. He was kind of crazy. I rode with him, which I never do, but I chose to do it this time. I rode with him in his car. And he had a girl call him at like 2 a.m, and I heard her say, "Where are you?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm out with the guys. I'll be home soon." And so I didn't ask them. I don't remember asking him who it was, but it was something similar to that. And he got offended, and so I was like, "Oh shit, let me just get back to my goddamn car. Let me make it safe." And then I didn't call him at all. That was me ghosting him. He called me. And I should not have answered. He called me, asked me, can he come over? It was like a Wednesday night during the week. I had my son with me. The thing about me when I was dating at that time, and I had my son, I would not allow men around my son or come over my place or anything like that. And I really,
Thank
I
you.
really didn't even date a lot when my son was actually in town. So he just happened to be lucky because I had a babysitter that night when I met him. And so he asked to come over on a Wednesday night, was like, yeah, I want to like watch some movies, bring over some wings from Wingstop, and we could just chill. And I was like, no, my son's in town. No. I was like, I'm only knowing you like a week. I don't let people just come over my house. He was like, what? You're not gonna let me come over? I was gonna bring some Wingstop. And it was like, I don't even like
Whoa.
You bring some roosters.
Wait a minute, Candace. He was
Wait,
like,
was
this
it
work,
Wednesday?
this work
That's
9 times out of
wings.
10. Look.
Brittany said you
Right.
could have at least picked the wings. Brittany, I don't like Wingstop, and the guy was crazy.
What
And
day
then
was
Right.
it?
huh?
What day was it?
Wednesday.
That's 25-cent wings at Wingstop.
Call it out, Hannah. Call it out, Hannah. Yeah.
He was cheap.
Oh, hell no.
He was cheap.
Absolutely
And
not.
so I just thought, first of all, I don't even like Wingstop like that. But it was like, okay, I don't even know you, sir. We went out and you got a chick calling you. I think I was being nice by answering because I was gonna let him down easy. But then when he started that Wingstop stuff, then he went off on me and blocked me on Facebook. I was like, okay, it's all good. He did it for himself. But DJ said he's been ghosted and that ish sucks. Now I have an ice.
This guy with all the
Hey,
jokes.
bye.
He got the jokes. I see. That's
He was so
hilarious.
silly. I know DJ ghosted somebody.
So,
Yes. So
Not say her and act like you never ghosted anyone. I do not want to.
I'm sure he has. Why he over here trying to act like
Yes.
Captain Victim? I know you've
You
been
not gonna
ghosting
make it seem like
somebody.
you act like the guy last week.
yeah.
Oh no.
Mhm. Oh yeah, DJ, we need to have you on. Like the guy last week. Come on, DJ. Come on, he ain't
He
gonna
said,
come
"Who
on.
you ghost?"
Okay, look.
But you know what? I'm gonna put the link in the comments. Anybody that wants to join our shenanigans, because we are on one tonight. It's
See,
crazy
your
night,
drink,
ladies' night.
It's this drink you chose.
I know we're drinking sex on the beaches.
Oh my goodness. So I'm sitting here.
I
I thought
kept saying
about
I
a
didn't feel it,
story.
but now I'm feeling it,
I'm
and I'm
definitely
done.
feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I'm not
So I
feeling
thought
mine.
about
I don't
But
think.
that's a
I
good.
drank my whole picture.
Mm.
Oh, you all gone, girl. You gotta
I'm
re
done.
up. You gotta re up. Reach out to the
Not
plug.
absolutely not. I have to go to Philly in the morning, and I'm 7 hours away.
Yes. But anybody
But
that wants to join the shenanigans, the link is in the comments. If you want to join, I will let you on. I'm ready.
so I did kind of want to like. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say every time I have Siobhan on, I have weirdos come on. But what were you gonna say, Keita?
Yeah, so I was just sitting here thinking about the ghosting situation. I think I had a situation where it should have been like a hell date, basically. And it was definitely a mutual ghosting. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible date. So I met this guy at Magic City because I was in Atlanta when I was dating. So I used to love to go to Magic City, solo dolo. I'd be up through there. So I met this guy. We went on a date and I did the same thing you did, Candace. I got in his car and that was the biggest mistake, right? So we go to this restaurant and I'm texting my friend because now I'm freaking out low key. Like I'm in the car with this dude. I don't really know my way around this city. I need to let someone know who I am. So I'm texting my best friend. I'm texting Katie his tag number. And he's like, "Oh, you just text me." And I'm like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I text him his own tag number. So
What?
I did.
I love that, sir.
I did. So when he was really cool about it. He was like, I got sisters. I understand. So, I get it. But you send it to me. They still don't know who you is. So I'm just like, okay, this is not going well. So then we had some really strong drinks. So now I'm tipsy. And now I'm realizing like, I'm not really feeling him. He has like liquor breath. And this is not going well. So then we end up at like another club and like Jermaine Dupri was there, like, and this was like during the bankruptcy time, so he was looking really, off-putting in the corner. I'm like, where am I? It just kept getting worse and worse. I'm like, what is this? This has been in the corner over here. His breath smells weird. Like, where are we right now? I ended up texting my dad, like, please come get me. I'm at this club on Roswell Road because I'm tipsy now. So everybody knows Roswell Road is just like from here to yonder. So he's like, that's not giving me any, direction of where you are. It was just a shit show. The next day, my dad asked me if I was on drugs. It was just a really, really bad day. And I don't even remember how I even got back to my car. It was just terrible. It was terrible. So after that, thank God he never called me, and I definitely wasn't reaching out to him after that either. So
wow. And speaking of Atlanta, because now when I first moved here, I actually didn't like the city. I would have moved here after college if I liked it, because I went to Tuskegee, which is only an hour and a half away. But living here, though, I'm starting to feel Atlanta, and we need to do a girls trip here. We need to go to Blue Flame, Magic City, Gold Rush.
Yes, I'm down. I'm the exact opposite. I fell in love with Atlanta the first time I came here. I was like, I think I came when I was 15. And then I was like, I have to come back here. Like, this is like Black people's Shangri-La, utopia. Like, see it, I fell in love instantly.
I didn't like it because at school, them damn people, they was listening to Forever I Love Atlanta, Forever I Love Atlanta. That's the lean with it, rock with it. So
good times. I know what you're talking about, Candace. That was a good time, baby.
They got on my nerves. And I was like, nobody's checking for Atlanta. And so I was
lies, you tell. Listen, you were flexing, Candace. You were flexing.
I'm not the person that I tell that I moved from Atlanta. Oh, go ahead.
What'd you say?
Atlanta has changed because that's what every bit of my family is from.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, they're all from there. And I had to go there every year. Every year as a child, I had to go there every summer. Atlanta has changed, so it felt good. Last time I was there, and I was out with Candace. It was very different. It changed a lot. I can say bougie. That
it's bougie now.
Yeah,
Bougetta.
I love it. I'm off with the bougie. I'm not bougie, but it changed a lot, and it's more. When I used to go there, it was not as Black as it is now.
Oh, really?
It was hell no.
I feel like it's always been Black since
right. Right. That's why I told Shakita, like, I'm surprised that DC has the Chocolate City moniker, because I'm like, I feel like that's up for debate. It's up for debate, like, seriously.
But Baltimore used to be Chocolate City once upon a. What's that show?
That must have been back in the 20s or the 18th century.
I was gonna say Baltimore, yeah, because I lived in that area, but DC is supposed to be Chocolate City, and
a thin line between love and hate. They was in Baltimore, and the name of the club.
They were in DC.
They were in DC. They were in DC.
Right.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
And I lived in DC, and I like it. But the thing about DC, which is why I don't think it's Chocolate City, is that even though it's Black people, they're not African Americans. They're like from all over the place, and so they don't have our culture. Now, if you go to Southeast DC, Georgia Avenue, Howard, all of that, yeah, you will see the Black folks. But when I graduated from high school from Maryland, and it was just, I was the only Black person. They're like, so you're familiar with Soul Plane? Like, come on now.
Soul Plane.
Those Caribbeans think we act like Soul Plane, and I was like, no, have y'all heard of Claire Huxtable? Booker T. Washington. Like I used to.
Out of all the Black movies, Soul Plane is where you go.
Yes.
I just recently saw Soul Plane.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Don't judge me. I just saw Belly and Paid in Full, so don't judge me.
Oh wow. But Atlanta has always been Black. I remember in the 90s it was the Black Mecca. Like so many Black people were moving here. And so it is good for entrepreneurs, but I say if you want to just raise a family, you got to live in the suburbs. Like I live in the suburbs. But if you live in Atlanta, just know you're gonna meet industry people, IG models. Who else you gonna meet? Strippers. And I put up a TikTok last week with wings. And this is the first time ever I've ordered my wings. Like I do want the hot with the lemon pepper sprinkles. I want my fries crunchy.
Extra wet.
Not your fries crunchy.
But I feel like it's really anywhere where like whatever you're into, that's what you'll find. Whatever you're trying to find, that's what you get into. Because you can have there's people who white folks live in Buckhead, don't know, High North Hill or Magic City, it's just whatever about what you're into. So you will attract to you whatever it is you about. If you're about that life, that's what you're gonna attract to you. If not, you're gonna be chill. You're gonna be living your regular, life. So it just depends on what you into.
Yes, I want to visit the strip clubs because I don't. My daughter didn't turn on the light. I've only been once, and I've only been with one person who's on this panel. But
I did not know that was your.
I've been to strippers. I need to go to Magic City. I love strippers. Not the Mel.
I will go because I like.
I didn't want to go to Magic City because first of all, it's like $30 to $50 to valet. Then it's like $30.
You gotta pay.
Then, it's $30 to get in. Then when you go to the bar, if you use your card, they put like another hold on it. Like you're literally spending $100 off top, and then you still tip the stripper. So it's like that's why I didn't want to go to Magic City.
See, I've been to strokers because my girlfriend used to work at strokers.
Oh, I want to go to Diamonds of Atlanta. I heard that
they're no longer in Atlanta. There is no Diamonds of Atlanta.
Damn.
Yeah, no, they didn't make it.
What about?
I went in there one.
What about the cheetah?
The cheetah is still there.
That's the white folks stuff. That's gonna always be open, so we can go there. I would love to go because I could probably poach a sugar daddy or two. Yeah, I'm a white girl.
I just like titty bars. I don't like the whole all that. So the cheetah I heard is just classic.
No, I'm more of a Magic City type of girl. Like I don't need to see you doing some shit I can do at home. You need to entertain me, okay? You need to twirl, you need to flip. I went on 4th of July, they had little sparklers and they butt crack, all of that. That's what I need to see, okay? You need to be I will give you a buck. Work for this dollar, girl.
I guess off top I'm paying $200 to get at Magic City. So let me just save my little
get ready because that's my spot. That's my spot.
They entertain the King of Diamonds.
Oh yeah, King of Diamonds. They go off in the
split on the ceiling and came straight down from the ceiling.
They do that at Magic City too.
I was like, damn. Here's my money.
I used to go to strip clubs in Dallas. So the places I would go in Dallas, I used to love DG's, Dallas Gentlemen's Club. I didn't like Onyx in Dallas because I don't like a strip club that's like a club and a strip club. I like a gentleman's club where I can sit.
Onyx in Philly is trash. It's just
Onyx. Well, the Onyx in Dallas, it wasn't trash, but I do not like a club atmosphere for a strip club. I literally like to sit down, listen to booty music. I need my waitress to bring me a strong drink, and I'ma just chill. But Onyx was like a club in Dallas, and then it had a lot of young people. I did not like it. I like DG's, and then I've also gone in Dallas to I forgot the name of it, but it's a bring your own bottle type of club. The girls are fully naked. The girls are naked.
Like bring your own bottle. That sounds a little good.
Bring your own bottle.
Why 2K or something like that? I don't know. DJ might know. If he's still watching, he can help me out.
Was that in the hood? What the?
It sounds
no,
like
it's not in the hood. DJ, he said you don't kiss those girls in the mouth in front of us. Wait, what?
Absolutely not. I don't kiss no women.
DGs had very clean girls. I'll say that. The girls were clean.
What, they had their papers on them? How you know? I am hurt-free.
Strippers. They didn't look like Atlanta strippers. I'll just tell you that. They were very.
You only been to one strip club here, so you can't say Atlanta strippers, and you only been to one.
Right.
The strippers that I see outside the club look raggedy. I'm sorry.
What strippers is outside?
They're the ones on the south side.
If you're on the south side, listen here. You can't. Ain't nobody can be held responsible for that.
They doing the best in the city. Okay.
The south side is kind of poor. It's making its way back up, but not right now.
But yeah, in Dallas, I've been to them all. They had stilettos. I think that was one of them. What did you just say? Atlanta strip clubs are amazing.
They are.
I
You
haven't
can't say one. One is not enough for you to give a whole blanket.
And Shakita, you remember the girls in the one that we went to? They was bone. I was like, they like bony girls now.
They were.
The girls,
that was the first.
They were
I seen one with the hairy snatch too.
What you say, Hannah?
I got cursed out in the strip club. Well, I didn't get cursed out. We was about to. So I went to a strip club for my cousin's birthday, and I wore a cat suit, and a stripper got mad at me. We was, you know how you just sit in the back, get a little big section. Mm-hmm. We was in our section, and some guy walked over and threw money. I was like, "Thank you," and she came over there like, "That's mine." I'm like, "No, it ain't. I don't know you."
Oh Lord!
And I'm like, "It was my first time at the strip club." You know, my family was like, "That's your money," and we was literally going back and forth, and it was at Onyx.
Oh, did you have that outfit on? Because if you didn't have the girls out, that was definitely the stripper.
Well, it was a cat. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. So I did have a cat suit on. My breasts wasn't like they wasn't sitting up like this. They were a little smaller. I was like maybe a B.
Oh, that was the stripper's money.
I always had a little curve in the back, and my cat suit was backless.
Oh, you had a cat suit? No. Well, 50-50.
But I honestly was there. I was sitting with my family. We was drinking. You know how you just with your family, you just want to have a good time. She wanted to have a party at a strip club. And the stripper got mad at me, and I'm like, I did not know that he was going to come give money.
Yeah, I would say this, Hannah. I've had that happen to me, but because I don't work,
DJ, that's I
didn't. Point. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't pick up the money.
Yeah, you can't pick up that money, girl.
If they slide the money onto me, the strippers can't do nothing about that. So when I was gonna say when they threw the money at me, because I've had that happen to me, and I felt like I know you think I'm cute or whatever. Please don't throw money at me. I'm not these hoes. So
you can throw me the money. I'll be whatever I need to be that night.
I didn't pick it up because those they watch that money in those clubs. Like from the managers to the security to the girls is watching, and I don't have time to be fighting somebody over ones.
So I'll say this: when he gave me when I say throw the money, I guess he must have got it because it was wrapped up in a band, and we was sitting in the club. He walked over and he literally tossed it at my face. So that's my money. He tossed it at me. He said, "Here, you look." He was like, "You beautiful as." Can I cuss?
Yeah.
He like, "You beautiful as fuck." I was like, "Thank you," and he tossed it. It went right to the middle of my lap. It was wrapped.
Oh, if it was in your lap, that is your money. Okay, now
that's your money.
That's your money.
It's in your lap. Yeah.
And my cousins, I mean, they're a little rowdy. Like they be ready to fight. I'll fight with you, but they be ready. It was like, what you pop it off. All right, it's not that deep, but it's my coin.
That was your money for sure.
It was wrapped up in a band. He threw it at my lap, and I did split it with my cousins. Because it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Too. But I felt as though it was my money. And
it was.
I could see if he took it and threw it in the air.
Yeah.
He put it in your lap.
And wrapped up in the band and come to my lap. That's my money.
Yeah.
Now that I have the whole story, that clearly was your money, Hannah.
Yeah, that was yours. Yes. No, I had them just throw it at me like making it rain. Of course they washed that money, but no, if it landed in my lap, it's mine and it's going in my purse.
And he said it to me though. Like he looked at me and said it. So I feel like that was my coin.
Yeah.
It was.
Yes. Well, we gotta definitely do the strip club. Let's go to the last topic. Well, I have to choose between two. We're gonna go to this one.
Do both.
Sex on the first date, so one night stand. So, Camille.
She's building something.
I know.
Let her build.
That's hilarious.
I've never had a one night stand.
Yeah, me either.
Can I? Bert knows this. So I thought Bert. I mean, even though I did like him because we worked for the same company. So when I thought she was gonna be my one night stand. Clearly, we're engaged now, so it wasn't that. But you know how you just want to live a little. I was like, yeah, that'll be my one night stand. It didn't work out that way, but we didn't even have sex for 3 months later, so I don't know why I thought that. But I've never had a one night. I've always wanted one. I can't lie. I just wanted like the thrill, wham.
Girl, that's easy to have. You know,
and I won't say the opportunity didn't present itself. I won't sit here and lie and say it hasn't. It's just that I don't see I've never just like went somewhere like, you know, we gonna fuck. Oh wait, I can cuss. You said we cuss. We gonna fuck and leave. And I've never had a one night stand. I did want one. I can't clearly I can't have one now, but I did want one.
Well, I've had one in college. I don't know if it's a one night stand because it was a guy we were friends. The reason why I call it a one night stand is because I never wanted it again after we had it that one time.
That's different to me though, because I have been a one hitter quitter. Like, you know how dudes be out here, whatever they want to say they doing. I don't even want to say the phrase they use right now because it's annoying. Y'all know what it is. P and D, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Wait, no. You gotta explain that. What is P and D?
I don't know.
I hate it. It's so aggravating. It's a lot of these red pill and these dussies be saying it, but they call it pump and dump. Basically, is what they call it, pump and dump.
Oh, that's what
basically, that's what they be calling it. So I hate it.
That's what they call it when I stand pump and dump.
Yes, pump and dump.
What you pumping in? The condom?
And then they
pumping you and then dumping you, like getting rid of you.
I'm thinking dumping the cum in the. I don't know.
Oh dear.
Wow. Are we officially old?
but I'm like, yeah. So one night stand it doesn't like fit who I am because I need a certain level of like adoration before I like let a man into my inner sanctum. Like I need a certain level of adoration, you know, and I need a certain level of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I couldn't do it. And no, not even in college, DJ. I wasn't like that. And I'm glad because it's like I have fun, but I have had now, I don't know if I don't consider like I have had like a, you know, oral sex and like where a dude like might, you know, go down on me and then I'm like, oh, that was so great. Thank you. And then, you know, that'll be it. So I have had, you know.
That don't count.
Okay, well then, no.
Okay, I see.
I think the dude might think that it counts, but it don't. Be like, oh, I sure hate to eat and run, but I got
to roll.
Got to go. But I have been involved, but it wasn't a one night stand. But I have been involved with somebody who. It was this guy that I did go to college with, but it wasn't a one night stand because he had been into me for a while. And when I did finally go there with him, it was, you know, God bless his heart, you know.
Don't try to eliminate shit.
Huh?
Let us know.
I said, don't be eliminating stuff. Well, you know, look, you know how they do on TV. So annoying. One thing led to another, and you know, but you know, we did, but I was not interested in a part 2 or 3.
And DJ, men do that. A lot of them.
Men won't even leave.
Wait a minute, what did DJ say? I didn't see it.
I believe.
Listen, it ain't about because it's not about what he wants. I'm the one he's eating and then I'm leaving. It's not like where he has any control over, you know, any of that, you know, because it's like they be expecting you to have sex with them the first night, I guess, because other girls have done it. But I don't work that way. Like I want to get to know who you are because I would be appalled if I ended up having sex with like a psychopath or a sociopath, you know, because you didn't take out the time to talk to him and get to know him. Like, come on now. Like, no, I'm not doing no one night stand. Huh?
Yeah,
it was. This is what I told. This is what I told Shakita. This is what I told Shakita. Like that incident, it was kind of like I caught it like I don't mean to be, you know, I'm trying to be politically correct, but it was like I call it Phantom D because he was, when I looked at him with my eyes, there was a lot of movements happening and it looked like something was supposed to be happening, but I wasn't feeling anything. So I was like, does my eyes deceive me? Like, what is going on?
So
Like,
I'm
I
gonna
thought
let
that
y'all
was
keep talking. I need to take a quick little break, but y'all keep talking on the subject because this is hilarious.
okay. It was Phantom D, Hannah, meaning like I saw what was happening. There was thrusting, there was actions, but my body was not recollecting, was not feeling any type of thing happening.
I wasn't
So I'm
feeling
just
it.
like,
Absolutely not. That's what we're never going to do.
yeah. So that's why I was like, I did not need redo a second time. I was like, listen, because he ended up telling me, he was like, man, I just used to be like, staring at you in classes, we got you. I used to always be like, wow, and wow, 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 wow. And I'm like, okay, you know what, Eminem song, you only got one shot to, that was your shot. And then it was just kind of like, what's happening
You
here?
didn't give him
Like,
a second chance.
not at that time. Not at that time. Because
Okay,
I was
I'll say why a second chance. Because sometimes if a man may be really, really into you, he might just be so energetic, it might not be what it's supposed to be. And then maybe the second chance when he's calm, cool, and relaxed, he already had the goods, it might be way better.
But the point is, I was not feeling things. Like, why would I all of a sudden feel something a second time?
Is it in there? Hello? Where's that? Where's that? Where you at?
I was like, there's so much going on. And I'm not a mean person by any means. So I didn't, make him feel uncomfortable. I didn't, call him, I didn't do any of that. I just politely, declined from any further relations.
So you stroked the ego.
Huh?
You stroked his ego.
No, no. That is one thing I do not do. No, like I feel like when you stroke a man's ego, and when it's unwarranted, you do yourself and them a disservice. Because if I'm doing oohs, ahs, and I'm not feeling anything, or if I'm pretending like I'm reaching a climax and I'm not, that is doing both of us a disservice. So I opt out of that completely. I do not subscribe to that school of thought. I'm only going to respond to when I'm feeling something. If I'm not feeling something, I'm not going to lead you to believe that, because then you're going to think, oh, these motions that I'm doing lead to a woman feeling this certain amount of pleasure. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not going to confuse you. I'm not going to confuse the people you with in the future. So I don't subscribe to faking it. I don't subscribe to any of that, because I feel like but I'm not mean. I'm not rude. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm not going to be like, ooh, ah, if ooh, ah was not solicited out of me. Sorry.
I feel you. So
sorry, not sorry.
You're better
y'all
than
remember
me.
the worst sex y'all ever had?
What'd you say?
Yeah, I mean,
the worst sex y'all ever had.
Yeah, and I still feel like there's
really nice.
room for growth. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think you're really nice about it, because I was, I guess, an OG savage maybe, and now I regret it, and I'm sure I probably hurt some feelings, but I would be like, yeah, nah, this ain't it, bro. You're gonna have to go. Like, this is not working for me, because in my opinion, I'm not gonna put miles on, good hoo-ha for bad dealing. You gotta get on with that. No, come back later, I guess. I don't know, but any bad sex I ever had, it was stopped immediately. Just don't do that to me. Stop. Go away.
So
Go away from me. Go away from me.
So I just want to know why DJ had to have sex for a McDouble.
Double, rewind, what?
DJ, it better not be no McDonald's cheeseburger neither.
He didn't say a McDouble. He said a cheeseburger.
A cheeseburger.
It was a
DJ.
patty.
It better have been an all Angus beef burger.
Did you hear the question?
It better.
What'd you say, Hannah?
Do you remember the worst sex you ever had?
Oh,
I was poor.
The worst sex?
Throw that shit away.
Oh, not throw it away.
No, I'll say
your mind. Try to hang on to that.
No, I don't, because first of all, I know it's hard to believe I haven't had a lot of sexual partners. So
oh my God, that's crazy.
I'm about to say,
shut the hell up.
But I haven't.
I'm lacking if we are.
I can't think of anybody that was. I can't think of anyone that was extremely bad, because most of the people that I took it to that level with, I was in a relationship with. So it was fine. I'll say this one guy though, I can tell that I didn't deal with him that long, but I can tell that maybe his stroke game wasn't strong because he spent majority of the night eating me out. And then and then he wanted to have sex. And I'm sorry, family, if you're watching, but yes, he ate me out.
This is real life, people.
He spent and I think but it was wonderful. But I think it was because he had a weak stroke game. So that's all I can say about that.
So
I do. Go ahead, Hannah.
So the worst is crazy because maybe with the worst sex I had, somebody else might like, but the worst sex I've ever had, his dick was way too big. Like way too big. And it was horrible. It was uncomfortable. It literally, and this messed up. You know how they say, listen to your friends? So I was calling my best friend. I was like, Ash, Ash about to cuss me out. I was like, Ash, I'm not taking this. And she was like, grow the hell up. You single? Grow up. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm not doing this.
Shut up, DJ.
And she was like, can you grow up for once? Stop acting like a prude. And I did it, and it literally shut my organs down. Like, my whole body went limp.
Wait a minute.
It was horrible.
Well, Hannah, aren't you only like 5'4"?
I'm 5'4", but his penis is 6'8". The fuck? Like, he need to be doing porn at this point. And my best friend, when I told her, and first of all, after that, he was actually crazy after that. Like, he tried to put a gun on me and everything. Like, it went worse after that. But
oh my god,
crazy. Relationship after that. And my best friend always leading me into trouble. Told her where I was at. I was at my cousin's house. She said I was there. He came. He pulled the gun and was like, "You leaving me?" And I'm like, I'm not even with you. It was horrible. But anyway, it was the worst sexual experience I've ever had in my entire life. I wish that on no one. Everybody like, I want a big dick. I want a big dick. But when he come like this, not at all. Not at all.
Not the bottom attachment.
I mean, I think for me, an average size penis is great. But if you at the point where you hitting the organ and you can't move and you got to go to the emergency room, then that's not that's not a good experience. And I don't know why people think you need a 12-inch penis. Not at all.
So did you see it before he put it in though?
So this is the thing. He used to dance. Like, we used to go to this club I went to Temple, you know that. I went to Temple University. So it used to be this club next to Temple University. It was no alcohol. He used to remember the dances with the B-boys and everything? He used to dance. I was like, oh, he could dance. This one I should have known he was crazy. My best friend and I was walking up the street, and we turned around. You know how you watch your surroundings? We was walking to our car. It was nobody there. I lied to you not. I turned around a second later. He was next to me. He was like, can I use your phone? I was like, was you just dancing in the club? And that should have known then, like, something's wrong with him. But I feel like that's not a good experience. Who wants this?
That's the thing. If it would have looked too big, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, no, that ain't.
I used to dance with him, and I could feel it. But you know how you think? Remember back then, the phones used to be big, like the sidekicks and stuff used to be big. So, oh, this must be a cell phone. No, it was him.
No, and I'm gonna say this. No, and this is why I'm only intimate with people that I'm in a real relationship with, because I do other things. So if I'm doing something else, and I know I'm doing it with my hand, I can tell if it's gonna be too much, and I'll be like, nah, I pass.
No, I didn't do that, babe. I told you. I told you my story. You know, I was a PK stuff. I didn't believe in like grabbing penises and giving head. I mean, I'm grown now. I'd give head. But back then I didn't know you're supposed to like grab the dick. You're supposed to stroke it or whatever. So to me, when he pulled it out, I was like, what the fuck is that? And it wasn't even hard yet. So that's when
I would have been done.
Left, move on. But my best friend like hyped me up. I can be honest. I'll be honest. The only reason why I actually went with it, I was inexperienced. I was with one man. I'll admit, I'll own my
shop after dark.
you know how you can own your own shit? I was a prude. I really didn't know. Like, I didn't tap into my real sexuality. So my best friend was just hyping me up, like, you single, you could be out here messing with all these men, and da da da. And I'm like, I'm not messing with all these men, but the guy was really nice. We went on a few dates. I'm not gonna lie, he was a nice guy. He wasn't even a bad gentleman. I ain't gonna lie, he was sexy as hell. But that penis was disrespectful to the earth. To the earth. Like, I'm sure he's not watching. He's probably doing porn at this point. Because I'm sure the messed up thing, he was
making penis moles.
How are you an accountant and your penis is this big? Like, how are you an accountant every day? Like, you're in the wrong.
Not an accountant.
You're in the wrong field of life.
Literally, big bank take little bank, because that's what they did with
no bank. Now that, but I would say, I maybe that was just me, but you know, I'm older now. I wouldn't take it now to this day. But everyone, that was my worst experience. I mean, I don't know about y'all. That was my worst experience.
Okay, I would like to contribute to this story line.
I'll be right back, you guys.
I'm going to listen to you, all you ladies shenanigans and stuff. Candace?
Cousin. He's my cousin.
Hey, cousin. What's up, cousin?
I'm gonna be right back, but I can still hear you.
Okay. So mine is literally and figuratively the exact opposite of Hannah's. Honda's had one that was gargantuan, too big. Mine was too small. So it was the worst situation. And, you know, he got past my mental stimulation because, like I told y'all, I like to talk to dudes first.
Oh, you froze.
Yes, I'm going to talk to you first.
Siobhan, you're freezing. Siobhan, what happened? When the story started getting
good, right?
Siobhan, I'm gonna remove her and add her back. Oh gosh, she's still frozen. I'm looking at her backstage. Okay. Okay. You ready now? I don't know why you froze like that. Did somebody call you? Oh, she froze again.
Oh no. If you could hear us, turn off your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, turn your Wi-Fi off. Or turn your Wi-Fi off. You there, Siobhan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So go with your story.
She's moving again.
Huh? What'd you say? Keith, or is that Keith or Hannah? But it was the exact opposite of Hannah. So we were in our situation, you know, things were happening or things were not happening. And so it had just begun, the whole situation. And it was like, I was like, are you in yet? And then he had already reached his climax. And I was just like, wait a minute, like,
that's how you gotta make
I'm trying to figure out, are you even in? You said what?
I said that's why you just gotta make them stop, because that's garbage. That's garbage.
Hot garbage on a Sunday afternoon. I was like, are you in yet? And then he came, and I was just like, okay, wait. Couldn't even recollect what was going on, and because he was so small, and I'm a like Hannah, like I'm a PGK, like I'm a preacher's grandchild, so I wasn't into
I was gonna say, so am I.
Yeah, so I wasn't. I mean, but you were better than me in those respects, where you were able to check the D before the situation went down. But I wasn't. I didn't feel, all into that. Like, let me, fondle you up to see what you're working with, bro. Like, I wasn't into that, So I should have been, because then I wouldn't have got what I got. But
that's so why you gotta feel. You gotta do. It's foreplay. So you gotta feel what's going on before it actually happens.
You gotta feel what's going.
You're not gonna set me up for the okie doke, because I will be pissed off. Like, big time. So
yeah, so I'm like, because I didn't feel anything legit. That's why I asked, are you in yet? And then he was like, whatever happened. And I'm just like, Wait. So to deal with
happened.
a 2-minute brother, a 2-minute brother who was also super small, and he was also happened to be like a Jamaican, and so they didn't believe in oral sex, and that was kind of a thing with Jamaicans. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know what's going on with them in that culture at this time, but they didn't really believe in oral sex. So,
They
but
eating
and
about
my they eating now. They
a
Yes,
should
little
be.
bit more. Yeah,
in
for sure. They
in
eating
the
a lot.
groceries too. They do the groceries too.
They good. They should be. They really should be. These stories definitely were in Corinthians. DJ, this was the lost books of the Bible, DJ. The lost books.
Yeah.
But so that was my worst situation because he was super small. I felt nothing, and then he came, and then I was just like, I'm like question marks all over the top of my head. If I was in a cartoon, like what is going on? Nothing happened to me. Nothing happened, and and so I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I said to that man because I was so confused. I was just trying to understand, and I said something to him that it's probably not well received, but I'm a really sweet girl, but I just didn't understand what was happening at the time, y'all. I was trying to get an understanding. So that was my worst situation because I'm like, you don't give head, you don't eat out, you're small, and you're like 2 minutes. I'm like, this is a unholy, ungodly trifecta at this point. And I feel like if you are a man and you are of a smaller stature, meaning like you should know, like men know. And if you don't know, you should know because apparently I've been told that men measure themselves. I feel like that's a natural thing. So if you measured yourself and you coming up short on the ruler, it's like, okay, I would feel like you would need to come hard with your head game, bring in toys, like make the woman not even feel like she know you a little bitty old dude. Like give her a whole experience. Don't go short or whatever or phone it in on the other stuff if you coming up short in the main thing. I just don't have any respect for that.
So you say more foreplay because the little ones still have to be satisfied as well. So maybe they should.
Can satisfy them. Just they can put it up under your underarm, like anything.
I'm not getting with the little guy, but I'll just say this: if you're little like that, I would hope that you're satisfying your woman in other ways.
I've never had a little guy.
I was gonna say me neither. I was gonna say as Morris said when the guy was saying how I can make it better, whatever. I think she said is in stand-up comedy it will be better with another nigga. But so we just we'll leave it at that. But no, I've never had that experience, Siobhan. It wouldn't have went down if I did because what we're not gonna do is waste my time.
Only look less than I only wasted less than 2 minutes of my time, so it really is hardly recollectable.
I would hate that. Wouldn't you hate that? You see a fine man, you take him home, and that's what it is. And then they try to say, "Oh, your walls or you have big walls or whatever." No,
not big walls.
We can have a baby. We can have a baby and still snap back. Our vagina, it fits like it should fit like a glove to whatever it is. You're just small, boo. Let's just keep it all the way 100.
Keep it all the way 100.
Here go DJ. It's not the size of the boat. Oh, okay. I
if you say so, DJ. So it's hard for me to even count stuff like that because I feel like my vagina didn't even register that you were even present. So I feel like
so
I kind of don't even count you, bruh. What you say, Keita?
They say like you didn't enter far enough in to like get the clicker to count. Like you didn't count at all. Like you wasn't registered, so it doesn't count.
You wasn't registered.
That's what I feel about.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's what I feel about making them stop. Like that don't count. That's like a half. That doesn't matter. Get away.
Exactly.
So we can give our final thoughts. We done went down, or unless y'all want to stay on for a little bit longer, we done went down some rabbit holes.
Look, rabbit hole. I'm here for the rabbit hole. Down to the rabbit hole.
Yes. She said there's a little boat. It was Or maybe he take a shower beforehand because I heard it shrink in water. I don't.
It still need to stand up when it's time to work though. Whatever. I don't care what it
Right.
And what is this whole? And I didn't know this until I got grown. I guess the shower and the grower and all that other stuff. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
So what do y'all prefer?
I'm not sure I understand. I'm too young, I think.
Because they say the grower, it might look small, but it grows once it's around. Okay. And the shower, I guess, is just already. So I don't know. Somebody can school me on that, but yeah, I just recently heard about that. So
yeah, I've heard about
it can't
that.
Grow that damn much.
I've heard it does.
I mean,
some people,
if you coming up like this, like what you gonna do this? Like that's not getting it. Take your index and go on.
The only thing I know about is like you were saying earlier, like, you know, dudes be like, don't look at me when they in the water and stuff because it shrink up or whatever.
They in the water.
Well, we all have our insecurities, and like mine's is my girls, my teenage girls to y'all grown women.
I mean,
we all have our insecurities, but that's
the thing. That's the thing with guys, though. Like I said before, if you know that you are deficient or coming up short in one area, then you need to come hard in another area. You need to be like the headmaster, okay? Head gamekeeper, master.
Can I ask y'all this? And I know this is getting so gross, but the headmaster and all this other stuff, you know, I don't like that. I really don't, unless you can really do it, because men don't understand like that. If they don't clean their tongue, you're opening up me to like UTIs, right, all types of infections. So please clean your tongue off. Brush your tongue. So and
definitely brush the tongues. Like that shit.
Don't be blowing.
Blowing. Okay, they doing some theatrics now. They doing some theatrics. Blowing. OMG. Definitely with the hygiene period. I feel like fellas need to ramp up, and luckily I haven't had issues with bad hygiene, but there are stories out there that I hear. It's like, you know, keep your situation situated. You know, keep it situated, fellas. Don't neglect your Balzac and stuff. Like, cleanse thyself. You know what I'm saying? Please. So, because if you want women to be, oh yeah, this B gave me head and all that. If you want women to do that and not talk about your dumb butt afterwards and stay clean
and all that. So.
Yeah, you want women to jiggle your balls and all this. Keep them. Give them something clean to get at. Like, be cleanly. Be cleanly. If somebody's going down there, take a shower before the girl come over. Like, that's just hookup 101. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, I have not run into that. Thankfully, I have only attracted men that take care of themselves because I do the same. Hallelujah.
Yes, I had to mute myself because I was laughing too hard. What were we talking about? This is the Candy Shop After Dark now.
The worst sexual experience was, I think, what Hannah had initially presented to us.
Oh, DJ said he used Irish Spring. So he has that
lift and wash.
Yeah, that crisp. Clean,
and repeat.
And crisp. Hum on the balls if they nasty.
What happened? Hannah, what'd she say? Girl, what'd you say, girl?
I'm not repeating it.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to be part of the rewatch gang and find out.
I said anybody about to hum on their balls, on the balls if they nasty.
And so is that called teabagging?
It's not teabagging. Humming is not teabagging. Teabagging is if they dip. But if you hum,
teabagging is if they dip.
While it's in your mouth and they do a little
So wait, you
Bitches gonna be humming
Amen.
tonight.
What is it humming about?
So teabagging is when you put it dip.
When they dip their balls in your
But you
mouth,
gotta
right?
grab them both. You can't be stingy with the other ball. You gotta grab them both.
What is it called when you just get sloppy with it in from the beginning and you should just go
You
further?
just sucking dick.
Get sloppy with the balls or
That's sloppy
all
toppy.
around.
That's what that is.
Sucking dick at that point.
I cannot.
It's a form of teabagging.
It's the introduction to the bag.
The gateway to the teabagging.
I have a meeting with Kennard to talk about this humming stuff. So what is
Because when you hum,
That's why I said
if
bitches gonna be humming
hum on
tonight.
it, it's like this. Come all in here with it, grab it up, open it, put it in, grab it. Because balls are included. Like balls are included in the head. Are we going there? Is after dark, right?
Yeah,
We already there, Hannah. We are
we're
there,
there.
baby girl.
We're
We're there, baby girl.
And giving that the balls are included. A lot of people think that the balls are included, but the balls are included.
Let me tell you this: you don't know how to give head if you don't know that the balls are included. So we all know that the balls are included. But what is this humming? I need to know about this humming.
So you grab. So I have small lips that y'all can see. But if you open your mouth wide, if you grab one ball, you put both balls, make sure both of them in there, and then when they far back enough, you just hum on it, and it's like a little vibration. And if you put a little Listerine in before you do it, it's like an extra pop.
The mint.
So
Wait a minute.
we have a bedroom candy consultant on here, Hannah.
Oh yeah, I sell bedroom candy.
So I bought some, and Lashita said the After Dark tea is in full effect. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Lashita girl.
And Lashita, you should have came on.
Yeah.
Lashita on. DJ said he has to read his Bible.
Really?
It's
So
the
you
Bible,
dipping
the
out?
book. Remember back in the day with the black book?
No, what black
No,
book?
not a black book. Okay.
The dating
book. I heard of them. Yeah.
What, Hannah? Just say it. This After Dark.
Yeah.
Oh.
You had to write it in.
Oh yeah.
I already got in trouble tonight, so I'm just hush because y'all
Got in trouble. Oh, for talking about the biggest ever. This is the second time you done told that story. The second time.
Okay, thank you, Candace, because I literally just had that. I said this is the second time I said it.
Let me just say this. I wouldn't tell those stories in my situation.
But okay, so my thing is we have open communication. Like I literally know some stuff I didn't want to know. So I felt as though we had open communication. So I'll hush for the rest of the night.
DJ said, "Don't hold back now." DJ, mind your business.
But I ain't saying
mind your
nothing.
business.
Peeing on girls.
Wait, what?
He said
wait,
what?
Oh, he did.
He said he did what now?
So I need to talk to Mr. Burt now. You're gonna make me. Can we talk to Burt, please? Burt, can you come?
He was peeing on girls, and I ain't saying
nothing. Can you bring Burt on? I need to talk to Burt.
I don't know.
Where's Burt?
You ain't giving it up like that.
He said what?
I don't know. I'll ask him.
Tell him we need. It's a meeting in the ladies' room tonight. So,
all right, I'll be right back.
Yes, he did admit he was peeing on girls. I forgot about that. On another show. Me and Hannah is a friend of mine. It's a friend of mine that has a show, Real Talk for Real Men. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. He does a ladies' night in. Ladies ask all questions and a man's thing. And so on the men's show, Bert. Oh shoot, here go DJ. DJ, this is for grown folks. And you could have came on a long time ago. Do you come on shows anymore, DJ? But no, Bert said that he pissed on girls. So, yeah.
I mean, everybody's into a lot of freaky shit now.
R. Kelly and the girl.
Hear it, R. Kelly and Future likes to piss on girls. Trey Songz likes to piss on girls.
I don't want no golden shower. I'm just saying that right now.
I definitely don't want no golden shower.
Yeah, I'm not giving no golden
out a black eye.
Yeah, I just wonder what they are getting out of that. That is just Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a no.
There's a whole subset.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a whole subset of girls who go to like Dubai and do all kind of, um, relieving of themselves on men for, a whole significant amount of money. So I definitely, you're not doing it to me, but if you're gonna pay to get pissed on, what the hell, that's gross. But
So these girls, they must got OnlyFans. So they can literally go on OnlyFans and use the bathroom, and these men will probably pay money for it since they pissing. I just thought about
yeah,
that.
well, that's like a newer way of doing it, but this was like really popular before the OnlyFans came about. Like it was, a big deal apparently. But
Wow. So DJ said, I'm packing for a trip tomorrow. I would have came on if I wasn't. This was hilarious. My dad said, if a girl gives you some, it's your responsibility to make sure she's satisfied. Thank you,
good
DJ.
man, listen to your daddy. Listen to your daddy, man.
Yeah.
Tell him he's
Oh,
not leading you wrong.
That
He's
is
not leading
old
you wrong.
school. Yes.
I love that,
Yeah.
DJ. You was raised
Yeah.
by a real one. Amen. Amen.
Speaking of DJs, I was just talking to Gina about DJ Khaled because he had a new album come out today, and I'm looking at his video, and I'm just like, I just can't get with this weird, oddly shaped dude having the audacity and gall to say he want his dick sucked, but he can't return the favor. Like, do you realize what all has to go into getting your dick sucked? I assume, like, I got to get up under that heavy belly and have it pressed on my forehead, and still, Hannah done taught us a new trick. Try to still hum and give you the best. I'm not doing that, and you not returning the favor. You got the
So
game
y'all have
twisted and
never
fucked
hummed
up.
on it? Y'all never hummed? I've never
No,
heard
I
of that.
haven't,
Like,
but I'm adding that to the
I
list, though.
have to have little balls if they can get in my mouth that I can hum with them.
Like, I guess you got to get them in there before they get tight. They got to be, I guess, probably loose so they can hang down. They can't get tight by ready to bust. You can't do it with them tight.
I have heard of the humming thing, but I thought it was for the shaft. I didn't also consider humming for the balls.
I can see for the shaft. Now
There you
that
go.
is something
Yeah.
that I've done. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I've hummed.
Now that I'm
hummed
there, but the
once or
balls.
twice on the time, but
That's why I'm married. So.
Voodoo.
the voodoo that you do, okay?
Balls, I've never heard of.
I hadn't either, but I mean, it's an equal opportunity situation. You do show attention to the, we don't want no EEOC claims filed, by the means, but it's equal opportunity or whatever. But I had not thought to hum one though, so there you go. Learn something new every day.
I know. So what? We was waiting on Bert, but I'm scared now because Hannah ain't came back, and Bert is probably like, "Hell no, I'm not going on that show."
Right.
Look, we holding it down tonight, so he come or it's cool if he come. If he don't, the ladies are still holding it down right now. So,
ooh, some people like to be pissed on and drink.
That whole thing is a humiliation to me. That's like a humiliation thing, and that wouldn't work for me because I have way too much self-esteem to like let somebody poo and pee on me and be like whatever.
It's just gross. Like, first of all, I'm gonna tell you all this. I'm already, when I go to the strip club, even though I like lady strip clubs, I don't like eating in them because I know we as ladies have juices and stuff that be flowing.
Oh my God.
And some of them will wear those white outfits and you can see through the black light like their discharge and all of that. So
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm grossed out by it.
So why y'all half of the Atlanta strip clubs?
Why y'all be
till you ate in there?
No, I'm not eating in no goddamn strip club. I'm sorry, because the ladies got too many bodily fluids flowing from them.
They asses on the pole. They not on the fries. They not
in the kitchen.
I used to work at a place similar to a strip club, and I was a cocktail waitress, and I can walk all up and through the kitchen. So I'm assuming they can walk
about the bottle girls.
Yeah,
that strippers.
The strippers have juice coming out of them. I don't want to be
No, the
sitting
club.
like at the table and watching her get a strip dance. I eat my wings, and then all of a sudden some juice come flowing. No, I'm not doing
God, if
it.
some juice I'm fine, I'm definitely swinging my fist first
All
and
I heard was
foremost. Don't
juice.
squirt no juice on me at the strip club.
So
Secondly,
Bert is
you
here.
mentioned
Can you?
Bert is
Hi,
here. We
Bert.
got to hear about this. So stories. I need to write story time.
Bert, I
Bert,
mean, you walking
What's up,
into
ladies? How
a
you doing?
completely free land. I
let
hope
me
you
put up my story
don't.
time.
It's a
We have,
no judgment zone, so I hope you're not judging us. We really just being
yeah,
ourselves right now, Bert.
it's
So,
No,
great to have
I don't,
Ghost
ladies.
on here. So,
Stop calling God.
Ladies, I don't judge y'all. I mean, y'all having a good time, and y'all just telling y'all experiences, you know. So
right, right.
I don't feel no type of way. My thing was because I know she probably came on here a little. It was a couple stories. Like a lot of times, she's like, "Why y'all listen to the show?" I do listen, but I know once it goes dark a little bit, you know, a lot of times, I don't want to really hear all her stories, so I just like kind of turn the volume down.
yeah,
And when I turned it
recently,
back up, I heard one story that I did get. I said, I don't care. You can talk about what you want to talk about. And she did say she told the story in Washington, but I don't actively listen. When she tells her stories, I try not to listen.
Y'all hear that? He tuned me out. Y'all heard that? Okay.
I know I do that, and that's something that I still work on. But I still want her to be her authentic self and tell whatever story she needs to tell because it helps people out, and plus it takes the edge off the show. So,
Right.
so it's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all keep doing your thing. I'm not looking at
no, Bert,
I know I was a dirty SOB,
yes,
so I
I
can't
want to
judge.
hear about the golden showers.
Huh? That's right. Yup. You're absolutely right.
Let's hear it. I want to hear the story.
Can't think of like golden showers.
Huh?
Yeah, golden showers. And it wasn't me. Ain't no pain on me. Ain't no R. Kelly over here. But yeah, golden shower experience.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on me. I did it.
Well, I know you did it. But I would hope that wasn't pain on you.
Well, that's what that person was into that, and I guess a part of me was with it, and I went ahead and did it. That's not something I would want to do on a regular, but it was something that I could just cross off like, all right, I did that. It was no big deal to me. I'm not gonna say too much gross, but I guess kind of.
Well,
Did
question,
you present it to you?
Yeah,
It was in her mouth.
yeah.
Siobhan, let me ask this. Question number one.
It was in her mouth.
Was this a
It
person
was
of
in
color?
her mouth.
I just want to know, first of all, was this a person of color?
Yes.
Wait,
What?
Yes.
No, I don't believe it.
Yes. And I would say
Never
that
mind.
A black girl?
if it came across that person, you would never have known. You'd be like, nah,
So
they're not down for that.
she wanted it in her mouth. She said, "Put it in my mouth," like
A
the
black
song.
girl
Put it
said put it in her mouth.
In my motherfucking mouth.
I can yell it.
A black girl let you pee in her mouth. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think it was a black girl.
Yeah.
I knew of the story, but I didn't know the race. Candace, this is the first time you asked. I don't ask that many questions. A black girl said pee in her mouth.
Yes.
How did she bring that up?
Yeah.
How does that
Cause
conversation?
Brett is persuasive. I ain't gonna front.
So he got game. That's how he got hot.
He got game. He got game. Cause all right, I'll tell you how I know he got game. So the
Tell me,
first
girl, I'm ready
night
for this tea.
that we knew each other from, we worked in the same company, but not together. So the first night he came over, he thought I was trying to set him up because I had on shorts and I asked him to fix my electricity. So
ladies.
And I would have been like, "Why is Ghost trying to talk to me?"
Sister, check this one out.
don't listen to him, y'all.
You call a man at 8 or 9 o'clock at night while he's on his way home to come check on your lights, and then you meet him at the door, not with shorts, with Daisy Dukes up your. I'm talking about everything hanging out.
So can I tell you the backdraft why I call him?
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm trying to get it popping.
So my ex-husband, my electric, and he knew after the fact what happened. My ex-husband went to drop the kids off. So for some reason, my house was abandoned when they first did it. So my house was built up. Somehow they wired my electricity where one house in my house was working and the other house wasn't. So I had my door wide open. He dropped the kids off when I got off of work. I was like, "Can you stand here while I go down in the basement and fix my breakers?" And I came upstairs, my door was wide open, and he was gone. So the kids was upstairs. My door is wide open, and I don't know what's working. So I text him. I said, "Do you know anything about electricity?" He probably know shit, but he was like, "Yeah." And he was like,
well,
"Yeah."
clearly, I was gonna say, Hannah, clearly you trusted him enough to call him.
That's true.
You know what's
That's
crazy?
true.
I had a lot of trust issues, but I actually trusted him. And I asked him, I was like, he said, yeah, I do. So when he came over, I said, can you help me with my electricity? He said, yeah. So he said when he came over, he thought I was just trying to get in his drawers because it was late. But I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I did thought he was attractive when I saw him in passing. But I was like, okay, whatever. You know, you can I just really, at this point, I need my kids' lights on. And my ex-husband's an ass. I just need somebody who I know is going to make sure that my kids' lights are on in their room. And
I would have thought, oh, Ghost is handy. Do we got a woman or something?
listen,
Guess Tasha ain't here right now.
listen. Shut up. So he came, he helped me with my lights and stuff. And then, you know, we were talking for like, well, how many hours? Like a few hours, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, sipping on wine.
We talked after that. We sipped on wine. And we just had a conversation. And then here he go. This how I know he was up to some stuff. So I'm like, you know, he about to leave. You know, your little church hug. So I give him a little pat
on the back.
So he come all the way in and kiss like my whole entire body. But at that time I was celibate. So I'm like, oh, you got to get the fuck out because this shit is good. So, so I felt as though at that day he was trying to get some. But he told me I was trying to trap him.
Nah, come on now. You know you tried her. You wanted to test the waters and see what was going on.
You tried, but
you can't come to the door with the thigh meat out. You can't.
But you can't go by what I'll say this: just because she had on that, you can't just automatically assume. So,
okay. but even though she trusted me, you don't know me all like that, so you should have had some sweatpants on.
But you know me now. But you know my attire now. So,
but I wanna ask Bert this. So Lashida asked the girl that had the golden shower, was she a stripper?
No, she was not a stripper. But I did know a stripper that like that, but I didn't.
Oh, how many girls you was peeing on?
I wasn't getting my Kelly on.
Okay, how many girls you peed on? 3.
God damn! I didn't know people were doing this. I thought you had to have money. Like, let me say this: with the whole R. Kelly thing, I thought R. Kelly could do it because he had money. I didn't know girls was doing it with Negroes that don't got money.
Were they all black?
No, not all of them.
How many were not black? How many weren't black?
2 were not black.
So only 1 was black.
Woo,
thank you, sister.
You know what I'm saying? Like, woo, I was really nervous.
Can I ask this? The one that was black, does she date white guys?
She did date one white person.
And you turned to black?
Huh?
You turned to black.
No, I just think that she was just a freak. She was just a freak. That's all. For real. Because there were some other things that wanted to be done, but I was
let me ask you this, and I'm gonna try not to be as dark. So was she
be dark? Ain't no secrets on
but I didn't like this because we're all on Real Talk for Real Men. Yeah. And that host he's defecated on women and they've defecated on him. And I thought that was crossing the line. So
crossing the line.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was being too. I was trying not to say that, but no, I can't go for that. Now, I did know a stripper. Now she said that she had went to a hotel room. And of course, she was getting paid for this. And the guy wanted her to go ahead. No, I'm sorry. He wanted her to piss in the glass and shit on a plate. And she had to sit there and watch him eat it. And
have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that 2 girls, 1 cup? Because that's what that reminds me.
I never saw that.
Right. I tried to push that back, Candice.
The black girl that was pissed on was not me. That is all.
I know.
We know pee on me. Ain't no shit. And there will be no ever. There be no golden showers this way.
Did he have a pissy
Kitty's
attitude? Did any of the three have a pissy attitude?
Pissy attitude.
Wow.
But what
Why
happened?
did you invite him on, Candace?
Because I love it. We needed a man, and I'll say this: I love the different kinks and things, but I feel like that is just crossing the line. Though that's just too much for me.
Yeah, that's a little extreme. That can
I'm
be
never
really
checking
extreme.
the number
Now,
two.
I can't shit on you, and you can't shit on me, please. Figuratively and literally, no.
Yeah. But so let's talk about this with a wet pussy and a squirter. And I excuse my language, but is that
pissing and shit on people? You were
DJ,
about
are you still in the building, DJ, or did you
I think he
run
left.
to hiding?
But with wetness and a squirter, do y'all think that's piss or is that wetness?
It's a mix.
Yeah, I think it's a mix
Mm.
because it doesn't have a
never thought that.
smell.
And when I was squirting, I didn't think I was pissing. I just really thought I was squirting.
Were you pissing?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a mix. It's not 100%.
All
But
right.
it is a mixture.
Yeah, it could be a little.
It's a
Don't
mixture.
you hear that?
I gotta get my herbs together.
Candace said, "What was like?"
But that was only
Squash Ranja. Squash Ranja.
Lord.
We really going here tonight.
yeah.
Y'all
There,
are there. Not
there,
going.
there.
You're there. You're like smack dab in the middle of there.
Yeah. We letting it all hang out.
We letting it all hang out. I feel like it's a mixture of whatever liquids the body can put together. That's what squirting is, like whatever's available at the time. You know, hopefully the lady is well moisturized and drinks her water, and then that's what it mostly is.
Well, some men don't like when you're too wet. I heard that on another show. They don't like when you're extra wet or something like that. You know,
Is that for pussy bad?
and you know, we
That
can
mean
get
your
turned
shit
on
weak.
where it's like waterfalls. If we're truly turned on, it's gonna be like waterfalls. And
I was getting ready to say, I thought that was a compliment if y'all get extra wet.
Ludacris made a whole song called Waterfalls.
Exactly.
That's exactly what came in my head.
Not backstroke. All right. Oh, we are getting raunchy. Look, it's weird when he said we done said everything.
mm-hmm. So this was fun. We're gonna do the final comments because it's getting real crazy. I need to do it after dark special one day. Well, I think on a Friday.
We done already went there, Candace. We definitely need an after dark.
I must say,
Yes.
everybody did the worst. We ain't never do the best.
Right. Candace, stop being coy now.
No.
Okay. Do your thing.
First thing he out for the best.
I can't with the random coyness.
So Hannah,
Random.
Candace said, "Hell no, I'm not going there." I'll say my final thoughts. I'm a little drunk, y'all.
As we are all.
As we are. Listen, I'm done.
Hey.
So my final thoughts would be: I enjoyed tonight. I needed this, like, you know, like let your hair down. Well, I'm bald, but let your let your hair that you have down and enjoy each other. I say, for everybody who thinks as though don't play no games. If you want that man or you want that woman, listen, life is short. We have people under 50 dying. We have people that are just hitting half a century dying. If you want that person, and I'm sick of women saying you can't approach a guy. If you want a guy and you think he attractive, say hello. It's okay. If he don't like it, then fuck you and keep it moving. Excuse my language. But I feel as though at this age, when you get after your 30s, the whole you chase me, I chase you. If you're interested, I'm not saying throw it at you. Don't dare women, but I don't want need for a man because that should never be. I do believe in certain things and certain standards. Men should open doors. Men should be gentlemen. They should pump your gas. However, I feel as though if you find people attractive, I don't think we should live in those old standards as though if you think a guy is nice looking or something, you just wait till you say hello. If you interested, say hello. And I want to support every Black woman on here. We are different shades of brown, and I love it. I mean, it's just like a melanin party up in here. I just love all the beautiful Black women on this panel tonight. Thank you, Candace, for allowing us, because we have so many of these men out here who either downgrade us or disrespect us, and you have a platform out here that uplifts us. Let us be ourselves. Let us be happy Black women who I really like, I love, and support. So thank you so much for just having the candy shop.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. Keita, your final thoughts?
Um, Definitely a lot more tipsy than I intended to be. So there's that. Also, definitely thank you, Candace, for inviting me on. It's always a good time. This has been hilarious. I just stepped out and I was like, "Babe, can you hear us?" Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. But no, this was really fun. As far as final thoughts, I don't know. I guess like Hannah was saying, just be you, enjoy your life. If you are dating, I would definitely say live it up, enjoy it. If you are tied down at some point, you may have to be able to do that. So live it up, enjoy your dating, date around, keep your standards high, don't settle for anybody's bullshit, like come correct or keep it pushing. If you're in a relationship, we coming on balls tonight, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. Siobhan, what
Coming on. I definitely enjoy myself, and we definitely clearly need a candy after dark situation special. So, we can, we got things to
Okay, Hannah.
say, things to share, things to say. But tonight was really fun. I'm glad Mr. What's His Face didn't show up and no comments. And I definitely feel like, just piggybacking on what I said earlier, be sure to really embrace self love and yourself and self esteem. That is first and foremost how you present yourself to the world and how much you love yourself before you out there looking for love, searching for love in all the wrong places. That can be avoided if you first look within, love yourself, embrace self love. It's important. And I know it's cliche, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love yourself, you won't put up with a lot of stuff. You won't endure a lot of things unnecessarily. Like you're not going to allow someone to treat you lesser than you would treat yourself, or than what you would allow to happen to you. So it's important. And definitely, as far as dating, keep your wits about you. Stay on your P's and Q's. Don't let people hang your ovaries over your head. Don't let people hang anything over your head. Have standards, stand by them, live by them. They work. Standards are for you so you can weed out the dusties and the other ne'er do wells out here who don't mean you nothing good. Like, it's important to have a standard, because if you what they say, Martin Luther King said back in the day, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yes.
So you got to remember that out here. The same applies in the dating world. The same thing applies. So I just want y'all, if you're out here dating and you're single, be healthy, be safe, have fun, enjoy this time. Because you might just come across somebody who is a good match and you'll be off the market in no time. Or if you don't, at least you're out here safely dating and you're learning. That's my thing. It's like you're never, I forget who said that. You're never really losing, you're always learning. You know what I'm saying? It's always a lesson out here. But hopefully you're protecting yourself from the more harsher lessons out here. So that's my final thoughts, is just have fun and be wise, be discerning, but enjoy yourself, and self-love for sure.
Thank you, Siobhan. So my final thoughts. I've had a great time tonight. I'm glad these ladies joined me. My platform is about Black women upliftment. I feel like we're colorful. We have life to us. We're not super women. We just are women that like to enjoy life. And I want to thank all these ladies for joining. All the ladies that have ever talked to my platform, I love them. As you can see, each lady represents a character or a shade of me. So I love it. And I think we should keep doing it. Protect Black women. Have fun with us. We like to have fun. We like to let our hair down. And this was the time to do it. So thank you. We are beautiful. And that's it. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.